Hello everyone, welcome to Marky Big Smoke. Thanks very much for joining me, I really appreciate it. Guess what, I've been tagged by Andy from Paige Family Homestead, hashtag get to know me. I've got to answer 15 questions so you guys out there can find out a little bit more about me than you didn't know already. So here we go, let's enjoy a tour around while I answer these questions. The first question is, who named you and what's your name? So my name is Mark, you know me as Marky Big Smoke. Now, who named me? My mum named me Mark, actually. She named me Mark because of two reasons. One, from Mark from the New Testament, the Bible. The other reason my mum named me Mark is because it's a nice short name, right? Now, usually you get people naming you longer names and then people shorten it anyway. Like Matthew, my son, his shortened version is Matt. My mum didn't want people shortening my name, so she gave me a short name in the first place. Only trouble that is, as you can tell from the name of my channel, very quickly they lengthened my name to Marky. So that's where I get Marky Big Smoke from. The name Marky is a lengthened version of Mark, as you probably guessed. It's an affectionate name that I like to be called by my friends and family and all you guys out there. So thanks very much for that. While I'm talking about the answer to this question, I might as well tell you about Marky Big Smoke. Why Marky Big Smoke? Big Smoke is a name they used to call London in the UK back in the day because it was very smoggy, lots of pollution. It was called the Big Smoke. And Big Smoke, play on words, as in the type of cooking I like to do outside, low and slow smoking. So that's why I called the channel Marky Big Smoke. Question number 2. How many siblings have you got? Well, I've got 2 siblings, an older brother and a younger sister. And as you guessed it, I'm the middle one, so I've definitely got middle child syndrome. My brother used to get everything because he was older than me and the firstborn. My sister used to get everything she wanted because she was younger than me, getting her own way. And I wasn't allowed to have anything because I was the middle one. At least that's what I thought was happening, but of course it wasn't. My parents treated us all the same. So that's it, that's my siblings. Third question, were you close to your cousins when you were growing up? Well, I would say fairly close. I used to live in Portsmouth on the south coast, and we had a lot of cousins there, and then we used to see them sort of weekly. And my dad's family were from Yorkshire, from South Yorkshire, and we used to visit them every few weeks or so. We'd go up on a trip overnight to South Yorkshire and see all of my cousins up there. So yes, I would say we were quite close. We saw each other as often as we could, really enjoyed those times. That was back in the day before Facebook and other social media, but these days we've got Facebook, we can see what each other's up to, and we meet up for funerals and weddings, and not as often as I like to, but I know everyone's just a click away, or a type away, or a phone call away. So yeah, at the time, I think I was fairly close to my cousins, and I still enjoy reading all about what they're doing now. Question number 4. Do you have a special bond with your grandparents? Well, my dad's dad was named Bill. He was a coal miner. He worked in the pit at Yorkshire Main Colliery in Edlington, which is where my dad grew up. He used to play the spoons. I used to love going and visit him when I was younger. And he would play the spoons, sing a song, tell jokes. One of the things I remember him for is he used to say, if you had a squeaky door, put some butter on it. And that did solve the problem. A little bit of butter on the hinges, no more squeak. And my mum's mum, she was amazing. They lived in Portsmouth, where I grew up. She used to make the most amazing bread pudding. And it was absolutely lovely. I used to love going around there, hoping that there'll be some bread pudding waiting for us. And most of the time, it was waiting for us. So she used to take us on holiday. Yeah, we had a great time. So yeah, I did have a close relationship with my grandparents. Question 5, did you enjoy high school? Yes and no. Most of it I enjoyed, some of it I didn't enjoy. You're just finding yourself when you're going to high school. So you're trying to work out how to solve problems, situations, you know, all that sort of thing, social skills. One brilliant thing that happened when I was at high school is when I moved from down south of the country to up north, the teachers in the new high school spotted my talent for drawing and nurtured it. So I went on to do my advanced level, A-levels, and then I went to university to study art illustration for 3 years, and then I went on to become an art teacher. So if I hadn't have moved to Yorkshire and those teachers hadn't spotted my talent for drawing, well, who knows where I'll be right now. Question 6, what are your hobbies? Well, I think you know some of them by now already. I love cooking, outside especially. I love cooking meals for people, friends, family. That's really nice. And I love gardening. As you probably already know, I like to grow things from seeds. I love it when I see plants like this grow from seed or from very young plant. This is a Clematis montana, vigorous grower. It's covering this fence at the moment, which is brilliant. The other big thing I like to do is painting and drawing. And as I was saying earlier about my art teachers at school encouraged me to painting and drawing. They saw my talent and I really enjoy painting. The medium I love the best is watercolours, although I love acrylic and oils as well. Question number 7, what do you do to relieve stress when you're stressed? Basically, take a deep breath, go out for a walk outside, walk around my garden, do a bit of pottering around, have a think and get over it. But proper serious stress, I don't have much of that in my life at the moment. I'm semi-retired, so I'm really enjoying the things I'm doing and it's things I want to do and nobody's there telling me what to do. So everything's really hunky-dory at the moment. Question number 8, who's the longest friend you've had? That's easy, my wife Susie. We've been married 26 years this year. Last year we had our 25th wedding anniversary. We planned to go away, but it's a little bit tricky to get care sometimes, so we can go away. So we missed it last year. We fully intended going this year. In fact, we booked the holiday, short break, and we booked to go on a garden show, and then coronavirus happened, so it all got cancelled. We might go next year when it's our 27th wedding anniversary. We got married in 1994. We've known each other for 27 years, and she's my best friend. Question number 9, what's your favourite movie? There's only one movie as far as I'm concerned, Chicken Run. Love that movie. It's a great film, it's really funny. Reminds me of The Great Escape, of course. And they're all trying to get out of there, and in the end it's a happy ending and they escape and they're free. That's what we're going to be like after coronavirus. So yeah, Chicken Run, brilliant film. Question number 10, what's your favourite book? Well, me and fiction don't exactly get on. I hate fiction. This is me and fiction when I've tried reading. Page 1, oh god, how many more pages to go? Oh, I'm bored already. That's me in fiction. You know why I don't like it? Long, drawn out, complicated sentences describing everything around what the person's thinking, going off at a tangent, not really getting on with the story. I don't know. That's me in fiction. On the other hand, love to read factual books, and cookery books are my favourite. My favourite cookery book at the moment is Rick Stein's India. And as you probably guessed, that's where I got my Kashmiri chicken recipe from. In fact, it was Kashmiri lamb, wasn't it? That's where I got my Kashmiri lamb recipe from. Rick Stein's book. Thanks, Rick. Brilliant book. Love it. Question number 11. What's your favourite thing to do on a stormy day? In the UK, we get a lot of, well, not storms exactly. Occasionally we get a big storm, but it's usually raining, windy, cold, not very nice weather from the end of autumn onwards through to February or even March. And best thing to do is to stay inside, make a stew out of whatever you can find in the fridge, and make some dumplings as well. Love stewing dumplings, and I love making that recipe for my family on a cold winter's day. Question number 12. What's your favourite thing to do when the weather is perfect? Obviously, go outside, do some gardening, pot up some plants, plant some seeds, do a bit of weeding, whatever you want to do. Sit outside and relax with a cup of tea or coffee, or a nice cold beer. Question number 13. Do you prefer big city or small town? I love both. We're about 8 miles from the centre of London City. That's perfect for when you can get out, and we're far enough out that we can get to the countryside. Also, I do wish I lived in the countryside. I wish I had a big homestead, so I wish that, but I can't have it, so I'm making the best of what I've got. Question 14. What do you want to do when the virus is over? I want to go out, find someone I haven't seen for a long time and give them a big hug. That's what I want to do when the virus is over. Bonus question number 15. What's your favourite restaurant? Don't know why that's in there, but it is. My favourite restaurant is the Pabani Indian restaurant in Wanstead, London. And it's right next door to the pub, which is handy, which is probably the second thing I'm going to do after I've given someone a big hug, is go down the pub when we're allowed to, pop in next door for a curry, back into the pub afterwards for another pint. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Hope you enjoyed that tour around my garden whilst finding out a bit more about me. So now's the time where I've got to tag 5 channels to pass it on. So if you fancy a challenge, guys, so here's the first channel I'm going to tag. If you're up for the challenge, Amir from Baby Cook That Thang. Amir does lots of exciting videos on different ways of cooking food, including traditional meats and food and other unusual recipes as well. Amir's really funny in his videos, he's got a good sense of humour, so Amir, if you fancy a challenge, it's over to you. The next channel I'm going to tag is Best of British Blackwell. We've got Tom, who does all sorts of traditional English recipes. I love his cooking, he does outdoor cooking, indoor cooking, and a lot of traditional English food. The next guy is O'Donnell's Aussie Homestead, and as you can guess by the title, he's an Australian setting up a homestead. He films everything he does from beginning to end, and it's really fascinating to watch him at work. And yeah, I like him a lot. So he's nearly up to 1,000 subscribers as well, which he's aiming for. So there you go, mate. Michael from Aussie Homestead, over to you. Next we got the Dude's Kitchen and Grill. The Dude abides. Yeah, I love the dude. The dude is very funny, lots of joking, lots of voices from above suddenly appearing. He's got a great sense of humour, really champion bloke. And the last one, we've got View to a Grill, Johnny. Everyone knows Johnny from View to a Grill. And when I first started out on my channel, Johnny very kindly gave me some time. He sent me over a private message, making a few suggestions to my channel, which I really appreciated at the time. I'm still very new, still learning. Johnny does loads of reviews, he does DIY projects, building custom carts for his grills, and he does some fantastic cooking, very meticulous, very knowledgeable, and does lots of good reviews. So thanks, Johnny. If you fancy a challenge, it's over to you. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that little getting to know me session. Thanks very much for nominating me, Andy, and we'll see you all again soon on Marky Big Smoke. Cheers, guys.